I have a few seconds left for the final lens, understanding needs. How many of us needed any of these things? How many of you really needed these things? Well, clearly we all needed them because now we can't live without them. But the question is, how much do you really know about your customers' unsolved problems, unmet needs and wants? How deep are you digging to find those things? And when I say digging, I don't mean digging. I don't even mean digging. I mean digging really deep to find the things that other people have missed. For example, hire. I've done quite a lot of work with hire from 2009, 2010 and onward. And one of the things hire did, they went out to the rural areas and they wanted to find out how people were using their products. This is a washing machine. They found that in some of the rural areas, people were using a washing machine, not just for washing clothes, but for washing vegetables or washing prawns. They found that some people were actually using the spin dryer to make goat cheese. So what did they do? They didn't come back and develop a sticker to put on the front of the machine that says, "Warning, only used for intended purposes." Do you know what they did? They came back and they modified the machine. And they produced a booklet to tell people how to switch between functions. Washing prawns, washing clothes, making goat cheese, and so on. They also found that in the rural areas, a lot of the appliances were being destroyed by rodents that were eating through cables. And so they designed cables that were, anti-rodent, right? You can't bite through those things. And they put a special plate on the underneath of the appliance so the rodents can't get in. I'm out of time, but anybody okay with another few minutes? Yeah? It's like, do we need to have huge fridges everywhere? They recognize that some people live in small apartments. They want a small fridge. Or other people want to have a fridge in the living room. Freezers that stay cool even when electricity is cut off. Like for 100 hours, they still stay cool. So it's understanding needs. And so Haier today in China is really a leader in understanding, home automation, Internet of Things, connecting all those appliances together in this incredible ecosystem, the smart grid. So the real message here is stop selling what you have, start selling what they need. That's a fundamental principle of innovation. This fourth lens, right? Looking at needs. Stop selling what you have, start selling what they need. Design solutions from the customer backwards. And one of the ways that you can do that is by asking yourself, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with the current product or the current service? Where are the pain points? For example, what's wrong with a thermostat? It's impossible to program. And that's why we got Nest. Nest using digital technology, whether it's occupancy sensors, on-device learning, cloud-based analytics, web services, to create an intuitive thermostat that you don't need to program. What's wrong with a thermometer? Nothing. Except that if you're a crying baby with a fever, you do not want anybody sticking anything into any of your holes, right? To try to take your temperature. And so what a wonderful solution this is, where you integrate the thermometer into the pacifier. What's wrong with an ambulance? You say nothing. If I have a heart attack, I need an ambulance. What's wrong with it is, if you have a heart attack at 5 o'clock in Beijing or Shanghai, that ambulance is going to get stuck in traffic, and you're going to die. And so a group of young students in Holland came up with this idea. It's a defibrillator in a drone that flies very quickly to the person that's had a heart attack. There's a camera on it so the doctor can see you. He can talk to whoever's near you. He can tell them to put the electrodes in the right places and at the right moment press the button to bring you back to life. So it's about finding ways to apply new technology to address customer needs. This is what Procter & Gamble calls matching what is possible with what is needed. What's needed in Beijing? We talked about the smog earlier on, right? If you're driving around there, what would you really need? Well, Tesla came up with what they call the bioweapon defense mode. And I know one or two of you in the audience have a Model X, and you use this already. But basically, you switch this thing on, it's going to give you a filter, which you usually only use in a clean room or in a hospital when you need really, really clean air. This thing, when you put it on, it gives you 300 times better air in terms of bacteria, 500 times better with allergens, 700 times better with smog and soot, and 800 times better in terms of keeping viruses out of your car. So it's understanding the need and addressing that need. Innovation's about putting this together, what's desirable to users, what is possible with technology, what is viable in the marketplace. So where are the customer pain points? And how do we address those pain points? By becoming solutionaries. Those are the four lenses of innovation. And again, if you use them systematically, challenging orthodoxies, harnessing trends, leveraging resources, understanding needs, you'll be able to come up with the most incredible innovation strategies for the digital revolution. So what we see today around us is a convergence, a confluence of business and technology forces, and it's all driven by innovation. You have in China the most amazing opportunity to leapfrog the rest of the world in digital transformation by creating the future, as you said yourself. And we have a wonderful partner in the room who can help you do that by providing the cloud platforms to enable you to do all of those wonderful things. Thank you so much.